The Aussie dollar is under attack, and here to talk about this is, it looks like Tim Tebow. No, it's Vince Cignarella,
Mark Sanchez
currency
impression.
strategist,
I think that's how Mark feels about Tim Tebow coming to the desk.
Anyway, Tim, I mean Vince, the Aussie dollar is after being a big top performer for some time, now under some pressure. We've seen this for a few days running now. Is it the end of the bull run in the Aussie?
It's possible. I think you have to believe it's all about the China story, where you believe China growth is falling significantly, or the numbers are just being managed by the central government. I think that, notwithstanding, it's difficult to believe in the numbers that they don't come from an independent source. My personal feeling, it's also difficult to believe that every capitalist country has tried to manage an economy for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's sort of like this, and just to believe that China can make it flow very nicely. Being relative rookies at it is hard to believe.
Well, it's interesting because the market does react very strongly to what otherwise seem like sort of incremental changes, right? I mean, China reduced its growth outlook a few weeks ago from 8% to 7.5. They raised oil prices a little bit, and then BHP talked about something that we understood BHP were always talking about anyway, which is that there is going to be a flattening in demand for iron ore out of Australia, and yet the market falls off very sharply. There's all this concern about everything falling off a cliff. And does that speak, I'm sorry to be roundabout here, does that speak to that risk that people say, oh, it's not just a slowdown, there's this whole big hard landing problem?
Well, I think you're looking at a more credible source of information. You know, BHP is coming at it with, you know, it would be in their best interest to fudge the numbers in the upside, but they're coming quite out frankly and saying it's not as rosy as it was a year ago or a year before that.
So where could the Aussie go? Of course, I have a vested interest here. I'm trying to get back to Australia in July, and it's just too expensive. So if we can get it down closer to 75, I'd be happy.
I work for Mike, by the way. My annual review comes up.
No.
So no, all teasing aside.
I'm not going there.
Just joking.
So currently at 105, which is really historically very, very high.
It's still
above
strong
parity.
at 104.5, way above parity. Realistically, we had Mather of PIMCO say today that he thought he saw it at 90 cents. I think parity, if we go below 103.80, which is the 100-day moving average, and there's a 200-day moving average just above that at 104.05-ish, we could easily see parity. I think 101.5 is probably the next nearer term target we'd be looking at. I think it's going to be difficult to break 96 cents, despite what what PIMCO's forecasting.
PIMCO today saying 90 cents in the dollar. That's right.
I think, but we can legitimately see 96 cents on the dollar within the next few months.